Well, thanks for watching today's video. So we're going to talk about what we do to make embarkation as easy as possible. We've done videos about embarkation day and things to do then, but these are literally about getting on the ship, the things to do as you go through some prep things that we hope will make it easier for you. And these tips should help you regardless of whatever cruise line you're sailing on. Now, there's a few differences in the way that the cruise lines handle embarkation, but for the most part, it's the same across all the cruise lines. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with luggage tags. We always print ours out at home.
Just like this.
It's my Van and White.
Wow. And then you end up folding them up, just so, if I can get through this, but you end up folding them up so that you can fit them
inside these lucky luggage tag holders.
Luggage tag holders.
Now we always stick them in our luggage tag holders at home, and we keep them, aside until the hotel the night before our cruise, and then at that time we attach them to our luggage, so we're ready to go when we wake up in the morning. Now you can just tape them or staple them to your luggage, but we find that these holders work best, like especially if it's raining, and if you just tape the paper on there, it could get ripped off.
I always get so worried about that. So we do that, and it's something else we've started doing, or I should say started. We bought some, but we haven't started. We're going to put air tags on our luggage and see how that goes for us. In the future, we'll report back on that. But I like the idea that if it was to get lost and maybe delivered to somebody else's cabin, maybe it would help you find it. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll let you know. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is a passport. Now, certain sailings and itineraries will let you sail with with a state-issued. Yeah, you're not going to want a cruise-issued ID. You're going to want a state-issued ID and a birth certificate. Some of them will let you sail on just that. They're called closed-loop cruises. They tend to be mostly in the Caribbean, but we always recommend traveling on a passport. It's easier to recognize. You're less likely to deal with hassles. Some places accept a short-form birth certificate, some the long form. All that to say, just so much easier to travel on a passport. And if for some reason you have to fly home from one of the ports, that passport is a must. So we just recommend traveling on the passport.
So next we're going to talk about boarding passes. Print out your boarding pass at home and keep it in an easy to get spot.
Right.
The boarding pass has your arrival appointment and final boarding time on it. And do your best, to be there at your boarding appointment time. And make sure you're there before final boarding, too.
Otherwise, you won't get on.
You'll be out of there. They'll be waving at you by.
You're going to want to make sure that everyone in your group has their own documents. Once we get all of our, for our cruise, we need our passport, we need our boarding pass. We get those together, and we always we put our boarding pass inside. We'll flip it open to the page that they're going to want to look at. We always just stick it just like so that it's just easy for the people in security. They deal with so many people, and we want to be the easiest ones for them.
Yeah.
Not that our information is ever incorrect. Just seems like there's just so much more forgiveness when you're prepared and whatever, right? And
they definitely appreciate it, because there are people that walk up there and they're like digging through stuff, and you're like, seriously?
Right. We put everything else away in our backpack. The only thing we have out is this.
Yeah.
And when we get up there, we're ready to go.
Now, we used the Verifly app last time we cruised on Carnival, and it worked great. But carrying your passport and boarding pass is just as easy.
Yeah.
The online check-in process for Ron's last Royal Caribbean cruise, you said was great.
Oh, it was amazing. It was, and the embarkation was so smooth.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I think we spent 3 minutes at security, if that. I mean, it might have been 45 seconds. I don't know, but it was just boom, done.
That's crazy. We always keep our passports handy just in case the apps don't work out well.
Right, right. In fact, I just have them out. I'm like, what? The phone is fine, but this is tried and true. Okay, so now once you're through security, right, just put away the passport. Put it away. We have these little passport wallets that we always use. We just stick it in there. We have a certain spot that we stick it when we're done, so we always know where that stuff is.
Yeah.
It's handy, easy to get to. But you're going to want to pay attention to your boarding zone or where they want you to sit, whatever that might be. And they're going to call those out to let you know how to get on the ship. And then once you get on the ship, keep that boarding pass handy. Don't put it away because it's going to have, like on this Royal Caribbean one I have here, it's got your muster station listed on it. You want that, and here's a pro tip. Until if they ever go back to the traditional in-person old school muster, just get that muster station out of the way, the muster drill out of the way just as soon as possible so that you're just ready to celebrate the ship. It's vacation.
Right. Now you're going to want to pay attention to the barcode at the top or the side.
The
just
side
depends
here,
on
and
which
Carnival,
cruise
a lot
line.
of times it's on the top. It's going to be a barcode.
Right. And because you're going to need that until you get your actual sign and sail card. You won't be able to make any purchases without that barcode, or your sign and sail card. But you're definitely going to want that barcode handy, if you want to get started on a drink package.
As we're getting ready for our cruise, as we're doing check-ins, as all this stuff is happening, I put everything, as I'm going along, I start printing stuff out, and I put it in, I've got this Padfolio. I use it all the time for our cruises and vacations. I take everything, I slide it right into, in fact, this is from our last cruise, all of these boarding passes. But I just print it out. I keep a few other things in the Padfolio, like printouts or receipts for the onboard purchases, like shore excursions or specialty dining. And to be honest with you, I print out almost everything that can be printed out, and I slide it in this folder just in case. I love having the paper handy and the pen, so something needs to be written down. Just so handy.
You should probably print out the travel insurance information if you purchase travel insurance. I mean, you really want that information. You don't want to have to be digging through your phone or trying to find it. Just have it printed out. It's always better to have this stuff handy. It came in handy for us
Multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, we've messed up stuff, or the cruise line messed up stuff, and we just pull that receipt out, and it's,
It just saves the day.
Right. You could save it as a file on your phone or laptop if you didn't want to print them out, but again,
Right.
we just like to have them both ways.
Yeah, we do. So there's some additional things that we print out that aren't cruise related, but I always print out airline information and stick it in the folder, as well as reservation information for our hotels, and if we have a rental car, the same thing. Any third-party excursion information, and that all goes in that Padfolio. And I realize that's not specific to embarkation, but it's better to have it.
Right. Then everything's all in one spot too.
Right. So hey, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've gotten anything out of this video, would you like this video? Hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future updates. We're always trying to do tips and tricks and things that'll help you enjoy your cruise, have a better cruise or a cheaper cruise, or Lord knows what. It's cruise related. Now, we hope these tips helped you for your embarkation on your next cruise. We'd love to hear tips from those of you who've cruised a lot. What do you do? What tricks do you have? Or if you've not cruised, or you need some more tips for embarkation, we'd love to hear your questions in the comments below. Yeah. These things, what we shared with you, we do this every single time, and we've always had pretty smooth embarkations. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe that speaks more to the cruise lines than it does to us, but hey, not only will these things help you get on faster, but they'll also help the people behind you get on faster, and they'll appreciate it too. Right. So, hey, that's it for now. So,
for now,
that's it. So, hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.